Hello everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda, and today I am going to be talking about something that is a little scary to me. I don't know if it's scary to any of you all, but it is drip irrigation. Y'all, I am intimidated by drip irrigation. I need it very badly in my garden, but for some reason I have been very hesitant about getting this project started. So I decided that I would do a video, and this video is going to be in parts, guys. So this is part one of the drip irrigation project. We're going to start with getting our supplies together. I figured that would be the best place to start. We got to get our supplies together before we can start, right? So let's get our supplies together. I'm going to try to start in order so that hopefully this will make it easy for you all, and it will make it easier for me. And yeah, this is a learning process. We're doing this together. We are learning together. So if you all have any suggestions, if you see any spot where I left out something, because like I said, this is a learning experience for me as well as for some of you all, because I know a lot of you all have been watering your garden by hand, and that is a drag. It has gotten old with me, guys. Going out every morning and watering for, in my garden, sometimes 2 to 3 hours. And that's a good day. That's when I'm moving fast. So we need to go ahead and break that down. We need to figure out how we can stop, because it's going to get hot here very soon, and that's just not going to work. Either you're going to be wore out or your plants are going to be dried out. So let's get started on getting our supplies together. So I want to start, you got to have a water source. So my water source is going to be a hydrant that is located on the west side of my home. I have other hydrants that I can connect to, but I decided to use this one. So that is going to be what you need to do first, is decide which water supply you're going to use. People might have different ones. I heard that you can connect somewhere to a well. So if you're close to a well and you can connect, but scratch that, because we're not going to try to do that. We're going to connect to a hydrant, and because I can't even discuss that because I don't know enough about it. We're going to connect to a regular hydrant. So we're going to decide which water supply we're going to use. And as I said, mine is going to be a hydrant. And it is just one that has been put there, and it's just sticking up out of the ground. So the next thing that you're going to need, I don't even know what you call this, but this is something that if you want to have more than one water supply in your garden, for instance, you're going to put your drip system here. Then you could have another hose that you could use for something else, for hand watering. If it was a plant that you just knew you're not going to be able to connect your drip system to, then you could have a hose coming out of one of these. And they have shut-off valves. So if you're not using all 4 of them, and you don't really have to have 4. I've had this one for some years, because once upon a time, years ago, I used to run drip, but it was a soaker hose that I was running throughout my garden. And I did that no problem, but my brain was younger then. So now things have changed, and I feel intimidated by this. But that's going to end, because we're going to get this thing together. We're going to do it together. And so don't send this out and tell everybody that this is a how-to. This is a let's learn together video. So we've got this. And I'm sorry, y'all, that I did not find out what the name of this is, but you'll see it when you go to the store, when you start getting your supplies together, or you could already have one. But it has shut-off valves on it, and it is it has, you can get it with 2 or 3, or like this one has 4. I haven't seen one with more, but they could have some with more if you were to need. But I don't think anyone's probably going to need more than 4 hoses or water supplies run to the garden. Okay, the next thing that you're going to need or you might omit this. You might not want to have a timer. This is a timer. I am kind of in between deciding whether I want to use a timer, and especially this timer. I purchased this with a kit, and most of the videos I've watched say that a kit is not the best thing to use for your garden. It's best to go ahead and get a system, or start with a system that is more versatile, because these kits most of the time can't work with other products. So that is another thing. When you start getting your supplies together, try and get one manufacturer. Because if you get one manufacturer, then you will be sure that you have all of your fittings are going to fit together properly. Otherwise, you might have something that is just a hair off, and then it causes you to have some leaks. So try and get all of them from one manufacturer. Then, okay, so we've got the, this, I want to call it a spigot, but I'm not sure. But we're going to learn together. Y'all put it in the comment what it is, because we're learning together, okay? And then a timer. Let me see what this is. This is the, this was in my kit. I'm going to put that down, because somewhere it says that you're going to need a filter. And I'm not sure that I have my filter yet, y'all. So let's check on what that filter is about. And I know most definitely you are going to need this. And it is called a 25 PSI regulator. This is a pressure regulator. Because having a drip, when you're running drip irrigation, most homes are going to have water pressure that is more than what is going to be needed to run your drip throughout your garden. So you want to get this 25, and they have some other ones, but everyone that I have listened to said 25 was recommended. So like I said, do your research and see if that is what works for you, because everyone's system is going to be different. And that's what made water irrigation a kind of individual thing. It makes it unique, because each situation is going to be different. So the way that I run my irrigation throughout my garden is not going to be the same way that you run your irrigation system throughout your garden, because your garden is going to call for different, for one thing, directions, because it's not going to be set up the same way that I have mine set up. And y'all, to be honest, mine is set up kind of crazy. I didn't know it until I decided I wanted to start putting this irrigation together, because I'm gonna have tubing running everywhere, but that's another video. So we got the pressure regulator taken care of. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, so now let me make sure before I move on. And one thing that I noticed when I was getting these supplies is that where I shop at Lowe's, they did not have everything in one, from one company, from one manufacturer. So I did have to start purchasing from different manufacturers. And this is called Lay It Out. And this one is Deliver the Works. So that is what I had to do. So some of this stuff may not work. I may have to go back or not. Since I saw my Lowe's, y'all, that stuff was all a mess. And it was so dirty. My hands were filthy. It was so dusty over there from going through that stuff. And there's no one to help. I went on a Sunday. There was no one to help me. No one knew anything about these products. And so it was a mess, me trying to get it. So I may have to end up getting my products locally and taking all this stuff back to Lowe's. But I hope I don't have to do that. But I want to go ahead and get this video out to you all. And I wanted some of you all that may be having problems or be in doubt about getting your drip irrigation started to go ahead and get it on your mind that you're going to go ahead and you're going to get it set up. Because like I said, it's going to get hot. And I don't want you and I don't want me to have to deal with that this summer. So go ahead, start getting your list together of the things that you're going to need. Do your research. Talk to anyone that you know that can help you. I don't have anyone really that can help me do this. I'm all alone in this. I've had to do this by myself. But you can go ahead and start putting back some money for it because they're not expensive, but you need a lot of different things. And let's see, I think altogether, and that's without the timer. And then I didn't have to purchase this because the timer I already had got this. But I'm probably going to end up having to use it. But they have some cheaper timers. You can get a timer that is manual, where you have to go out and, let's see, how is it working? Well, it's not battery. This one is going to be a battery operated timer. So you can get one that is not battery operated, and it's solar. They had one that's solar. It wasn't so expensive. But back to what I was saying, you want to go ahead, you want to get your money together so that you can be able to get all of the stuff that you need. So we got this check. We have the timer. Then we have the pressure regulator, water pressure regulator. So after that, then we're gonna have to start to getting our connections. And as I said, we're gonna check on the filter and where it goes. I'm not sure that this is even the filter because, as I said, it came with another kit. And then we're gonna start adding our tubing. And this is a backflow prevention valve. You must have this because it is going to prevent the water from backflowing into your home. Say, for instance, if you have a hose out and you're working and some debris and soil gets into that hose, then it could back into your home. And while you're getting ready to wash dishes, it could come out. Some of that debris could come out into your sink, so out of your faucet. So you want to make sure that you have, a backflow prevention. Y'all, it's pretty cold out here again. It's like, it feels like it's mid-50s. I didn't check. But this is what the backflow looks like. I'm getting cold and I got on sweats. Okay, so after the backflow prevention, then you will be starting to connect. This is what these are. And that's what I was fixing to say. A lot of these things, they just got them like this. Yeah, we need the name on this. This is not all plumbers that are doing these projects. Women are doing these projects, and not to say that women can't do it, but the plumbers need to know what this is if they come. That's just a number. So we need to know what this is, but this is what you are going to put on next. And this is what is going to connect. You're going to put one end on to your, I hate to open all this stuff because in case something does not work, that does not fit that. What does this fit? Okay, so evidently this is not the right connector. This connector goes somewhere, but it does not go from the hose to the backflow. So there is another part that we have to have, and obviously I do not have it because here's my little bag of stuff. I may have it in the house, but it is not with this stuff. I did not purchase it from Lowe's, so I'm missing a piece. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bypass that, and we're going to come back to it because, as I said, this is part one, and we're only trying to get all our supplies together so I can put that down as one that I need. Okay, the next thing is your tubing. And I purchased this was a 100-foot roll of poly tubing, and it is 1/2 inch tubing. So this is what I plan to use to run throughout my garden. This is going to connect up here after I get all these top fixtures together. This is going to connect to the this is going to connect to those fittings, and then this is what we're going to start running throughout the garden. And it is said that if you put this, in your garden, that you will need to sit it out and let it get warm in the sun, because otherwise it's going to be hard to, snake out throughout your garden. So this is your tubing. This is one of your very important things also, because you got to have this, because this is what's going to be running all throughout your garden to connect your drip to your plants. And so this is the tubing. And then after the tubing, this is what you're going to be using to punch holes. So you're going to need a hole puncher. They have different kinds of hole punchers. One, I got another one. It came with some of these little goof plugs. Goof plugs are for sticking in. If you make a mistake, you stick these goof plugs in. And I think they have another use also, not just for mistakes. For inserting 1/4 inch couplers. Try to see. Well, it's going to stop it up though. What it does is it stops up the hole. And then you're going to need these couplers. And these are 1/4 couplers, because what we're going to be connecting, what I'm going to be connecting, and probably you will too, is this 1/4 inch vinyl tubing. Now this was a 1/2 inch poly tubing, and this one is a 1/4 inch vinyl tubing. So I'm gonna open it so that you can see what it is looking like. So you're gonna need this because this is what's going to connect. Should have already had this open. Oh, well, I don't have to open it because it's just tubing, but they got a piece on the outside to let you see. This is exactly what it looks like, but it's just long. So, and it is more flexible. And then this is what you will be connecting to this, and you will punch a hole when you get to the spot that you want, and you will connect this and you will run it to your plants. And so those are the items that you will be needing. I already said you need these couplers. You're gonna probably need a lot of these. And I went ahead and I purchased some washers to stick those up on my hoses. This is what you're going to need when you finish. I'm gonna go ahead and open it because I know I'm gonna have to keep these, most definitely. Whenever you finish laying down all of your tubing, and you get to the end, you finish the where you need to lay it out. This is gonna fit over this, and then you're gonna bend it, you're gonna crimp it, and you're gonna put this on like that, and it's going to stop the flow of your water. Probably won't have to do it that much, but that is how it is going to end at the end of your laying out this throughout your garden. Okay, so y'all, that's all we're gonna do for today, and we'll come back with part 2. So thanks for watching. I hope that you learned something. Get your supplies together because we're gonna do this irrigation. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.